Can you do a body check for me, one more? All right, boys and girls, you've already noticed something in my room that's different than last week. What have you noticed? There's pumpkins. He's not, sweetie. He's just sitting next to you, okay? There are pumpkins over on our bookshelf, and we have a pumpkin chart that's over by our choice time. Do you see that over there? Yeah. And what did we just make?
Pumpkin.
A pumpkin project. So what do you think we're going to be talking about all week?
Pumpkin.
Wow, you guys are smart. Ethan, quiet voice. Quiet voice. And one more quick message, or one more quick question. What are we doing on Friday? Where are we going on Friday? Pumpkin patch. Yeah, we got a fun week ahead of us, don't we, boys and girls?
How about pumpkins?
Boys and girls, looking at this book, taking a look at this book, what do you think this book is about?
A pumpkin.
A pumpkin.
A
Wow.
pumpkin.
Can I ask Wes a question? Wes, why did you think it was about a pumpkin?
Because I saw the pumpkin.
Where do you see the pumpkin?
Right there. The big giant.
Yeah, the big giant one right on the front.
And it's fun, and the animals are like carrying.
Show me what the animals are doing with their faces.
One
They're
in
going,
Right.
yeah, they're giving us that surprise look that we talked about a few weeks ago. Do you remember that? Show me the surprised face, everybody. Yeah, I think they're surprised to see the
Big
pumpkin. So be thinking about that as we're reading our story.
Get them to the side.
I know, isn't that funny? Look at his eyes up there, peeking right over the sign, you're right. Boys and girls, as we're reading this story, I want you to be thinking about something. You're going to be hearing, yes, exactly. You're also going to be hearing lots of different animals and people thinking about foods that can be made out of pumpkins. So I want you to be don't tell me yet, because we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Be thinking as we read about anything you hear that you can eat that's made from pumpkins. And you're also going to be meeting some characters, some animal characters and some people characters. Yes, Tanisha?
Hey, Miss Marsha.
Yes.
We're making pumpkin bread.
Where at? Are you? Oh, exciting. Delilah, can you find the carpet square? And Kaden, do a body check for me. Eyes and ears this way. Boys and girls, one other thing that I wanted to talk to you about are some words that we're going to hear in our story. There's going to be 3 words. How many words? 3 words. The first word is wandered. Be thinking. Wandered. Has anyone heard the word wandered before? Yep, Ashton just used it in a perfect sentence. The word wander means to walk away, right? Just to walk away from what we're doing. And he just said somebody wandered away. So I want everyone to say that word with me again. Wandered. Good job. If you hear the word wandered in our story, I want you to go like this. And I'm going to practice right now. Wandered. So what do you need to do when you hear that word? Yep. I'm going to practice one more time. Wandered. Good job. Boys and girls, there's another word in our story. This one you might have heard before too. Cautious. Be thinking. Cautious. Lane just said a perfect one, caution tape. That means be careful, right? To be careful. Cautious means to be careful. If you hear the word cautious in our story, put your finger on your nose. Cautious. Ready? Again. Cautious. Good job. One last word, and I know most of you know this one. Cloud. Cloud. What do you think, Wes? You know what that word means, I bet. Cloud. Cloud. What do you think that means? What do you think it means, Wes? Cloud means to turn up the earth or to turn up dirt. Just like when you plow a field. I asked you because you live on a farm. I thought you might have known that. So plowed is, I know you do. I'm sorry, Owen. I didn't mean to leave you out. Plowed means to turn up the earth. When we hear the word plowed in our story, you're going to put your finger on your nose. Oh, practicing. Plowed. Plowed. Kaden. Kaden. When you hear the word plowed in our story, what are you going to do? Ready? Plowed. So here's our 3 words. Wandered, cautious, and plowed. Good job. All right, you ready? The Runaway Pumpkin. We knew it was about a pumpkin, and there's the word pumpkin. Pumpkin. There's our title page, The Runaway Pumpkin by Kevin Lewis. Once once upon a hill, when the wind blew with a chill, wandered Buck and Billy Baxter and their baby sister Lil. And there upon the hillside, growing orange, fat, and fine, the budding Baxters found a pumpkin on a twisty, twirly vine. It was big and it was round, and the boys, their eyes agleam, gave a whoop and a yell and a holler. No finer pumpkin had they seen, and today was Halloween. Yet little Lil was cautious. Little Lil was cautious, and of course she tried to warn them, but her bumbling big head brothers snapped the pumpkin from its stem. And as she watched them roll it, at first real slow, and then much faster, little Lil looked down the hill, and she foresaw disaster. So remember we talked about the word cautious, meaning being extra careful or being very careful? Why do you think Lil warned her brothers to be cautious? What do you think, Lexi? Lexi, what do you think? Why do you think Lil told her brothers to be cautious? Oh, Lexi's going to tell me. What do you think, Lexi? You're not sure? What do you think, Denasia?
Because the pumpkin's gonna roll down the hill.
Yeah, she knew. She thought that if they weren't careful, that pumpkin might roll down the hill. Did it roll down the hill?
Yeah.
It did. Round and round across the ground, making a thumping bumpkin sound, came that thumpity, bumpity, thumping bumpkin. Round and rolly, runaway pumpkin. Ah, look at, she's scared. A short way down the hillside, that zooming pumpkin caught the eye of a mucking Mama Baxter, who thought of Granny's pumpkin pie. See our little thinking bubble? She's thinking about pumpkin pie. And there goes the pumpkin. Till it busted through the sty, round and round across the ground, making a thumping bumpkin sound, came that thumpity bumpity thumping bumpkin, round and rolly, runaway pumpkin. Well, look at the pig in the tree. He's like, whoa. Keep it in your head. I'll come right back to you and keep it in your head. A bit farther down the hillside, just beyond the chicken coop, Grandpa Baxter saw that pumpkin and thought of Granny's pumpkin soup. Okay. He's got those thinking bubbles too. He's thinking of pumpkin soup.
Yeah.
Till it knocked him for a loop. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpity bumpkin sound, came that thumpity bumpity thumping bumpkin, round and rolly, runaway pumpkin. There's a lot of words on that page, isn't there? Here's Toby. Thank you. Now at the bottom of that hillside where the bounding pumpkin sped, Papa Baxter on his tractor thought of Granny's pumpkin bread. I know, I thought you'd bring that up, my dear. But Papa Baxter used his head and quickly plowed a pumpkin bed. He quickly plowed a pumpkin bed. Listen, plowed. If you hear the word plowed, finger on your nose. He plowed a pumpkin bed. Now be thinking, boys and girls, and remember, you're going to raise your hand if you think you know. Why do you think Papa Baxter plowed that pumpkin bed? Any reason why you think he might have plowed that pumpkin bed? What do you think, Lexi?
Make it stop.
Lexi, what do you think, my dear?
Make it stop.
Make what stop?
The pumpkin.
Do you think it's going to work?
Yeah.
You think so? All right, let's find out. Did you have a good idea too? Keep it in your head for now. Let's see if it worked. So at the bottom of the hillside, fat and round and upon the ground, that thumpity bumpkin pumpkin plowed and didn't make a sound. I said plopped. I'm sorry, boys and girls. You are right. That pumpkin stopped in the middle of the field because he had a nice little pumpkin bed. And as pigs and hens and Baxters gathered round where Papa plowed, little Lil, she gathered Granny, right there's Granny, and pulled her through the waiting crowd. Buck and Billy looked really proud. There's all the animals and all the people.
Hey, that's a witch.
It does? Well, she's in a costume because it's Halloween. Ooh, I love this page. Then thumpity, bumpity, thumpin' bumpkin, straight to the kitchen went that pumpkin. And soon after came the smell of dear old Granny cooking something. She's cooking something. Boys and girls, let's think a minute.
Pumpkin.
Well, we'll see. Do you remember at the very beginning, what did I tell you to be listening for in our story? You guys remember? Things that you can make with pumpkins. So be thinking right now. I'm going to ask a few of you to give me some ideas. What are some of the things in our story that you can make with pumpkin? Denasia, you said one of them right away. In our story, what was one of them?
Pumpkin bread.
Pumpkin bread. That was one. Do you remember? I think it was
Do you know what's
Papa.
not good, Miss Marsha?
Oh, right here. It was. It was Papa Baxter. Pumpkin bread.
Do you know what's not good?
First of all, we're going to talk about things that we can make with pumpkin, Wes. And you can tell me that later, okay? Any other things from our story? Ashton. Pumpkin bread was one of them.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. That was at the very beginning, wasn't it? Wes, be a good listener. Kelly, what was another thing we can make with pumpkin? Pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin soup.
She remembered pumpkin soup. Oh, good remembering.
Pumpkin soup.
Kelly, did you look up here, my dear? We're just about done with our story. The best part's coming up. Or, I'm sorry, Colby. Granny stirred and stewed and baked until the bright full moon rose up, and all those hungry Baxters sat themselves right down for sup. Look at this table, boys and girls. Look at all of those yummy things that you can make with pumpkin. Look at all those. Boy, that makes me hungry. Does it make you hungry? Yeah. I love pumpkin.
Pumpkin bread.
Exactly. There's all kinds of pumpkin items on that table. And at the center of the table, among the soup and bread and pie, sat a grinning jack-o'-lantern with a twinkle in its eye.
Hey,
I
that's
knew-
a big pumpkin.
But where did this pumpkin come from?
The hill. The hill.
Exactly,
The hill.
exactly. But boys and girls, this pumpkin looks different than what it did at the beginning of our story. What did they do to this pumpkin after they took it out? They cut it out. Yes. Once you put a face on a jack-o'-lantern, once you put on a pumpkin, it turns into a jack-o'-lantern. You're right. Boys and girls, what did they need to do to this pumpkin to make it a jack-o'-lantern? You already told me, Denasia. Cut it, and what do they have to do to the inside?
Take out the seeds.
Take out the seeds, and what else is on the inside?
Holes.
Holes. Well, they had to cut holes, you're right. There are seeds and a whole bunch of, I guess it's called pulp, a whole bunch of sticky, stringy things that come out of a pumpkin.
That's called powder.
Yes, exactly. And what are we doing today at Centers? Do you guys remember?
Pumpkin.
Yes, just like our story at the end, boys and girls, we're going to be carving out a pumpkin and taking all the insides out. Will we make a face on our pumpkin today? No. Kaden, I'm going to have you hold on 1 minute, okay? We will be taking everything out of the inside, but we will not be carving a face.
No.
No, not today. Did you guys like that?
We're carving